for all of you, and I'm glad that you all have joined this on time. This shows your excitement level. So show me a thumbs up that you all are ready and good to go for this workshop. Quickly. Virtual hands, virtual thumbs up. Yes. Very nice. So ladies, I would want to make one thing clear to all of you, that as we join any virtual workshop, we would not be speaking in between, right? We have to observe the workshop carefully, because in this workshop we have almost 100 participants. So it would be very difficult to entertain in between your queries. So these workshops are mostly arranged for you so that you can observe and understand the concepts and the skills which you are going to teach you in this workshop. So kindly keep your things ready, or if you have not kept your things ready, you can keep your pen and paper ready to jot down all the important things that we will be mentioning. And the ladies who are going to perform with the trainer can align their camera in such a way so that you can see and we can also see how you are holding the knife and fork, the way the trainer is going to guide you. Along with that, this workshop of today would be completely in English. Okay, because this is a workshop which is on table manners and etiquette. So it has to be conducted in English only. So you have to be more careful, understand the vocabulary words also, which we will be mentioning in this workshop. And in between, if you have any question, you can ask in the chat box. And on your behalf, I will ask from the trainer that this particular lady has this query. Please kindly answer the query of this particular person. But you have to not speak in between. In the last, we will keep a QA round of, last 10 minutes will be the QA round in which you can ask your queries from the trainer. So let me give you the introduction of the trainer today. That is Mehak Lakhwani. She is from Rajasthan, and Mehak ma'am is the one who's going to conduct the session today. And before telling her about her, I would like to tell that she's one of the most, down to earth, full of positivity, and a person who believes in no one is you and that is your power. This is what she believes in. She's so friendly, and she's one of our top rated trainer of also of Skill Ninja Academy. Being a trainer, being an educationalist, along with that, she is a writer as well. She has published her books also recently, and she has written about 14 anthologies, about which Mehak is the right person to guide you all. So Mehak, I think all are ready, excited to meet you and to begin with this wonderful session which we have arranged for all of them. So Mehak, you can have a word with all of them. So here is Mehak, our trainer for today.
Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope all of you are excited in this session of Dining Etiquette that we are just going to start very soon. But before that, I would like to ask all of you that do you know why we need to learn the dining etiquette? Because there is so much fuss about dining manners, dining etiquette, but why so? Well, dining manners, what is dining etiquette? Your behavior around the table with people, with your food, that comprises of the dining etiquette. So now you might want to ask that, why is it so important? Well, let me tell you. For example, you go out on dinner with someone and that person is eating very things here and there, cluttering the food, yeah, and making loud chewing noises maybe, or just, reaching over the table, disturbing everyone. Don't you come back home and say, exactly, we need to learn what is important and what is that behavior that should be conducted around the table. Okay, so I hope now you know why we need to learn, why it is important that around the table we have a code of conduct which we must follow. So let's begin very soon. Yeah. So my first point on how to conduct yourself around the table is that, first of all, if you are the host, please direct your guests towards their seats, because maybe you have chosen some seats for them, you have planned a sitting arrangement for them. So always, if you are the host, direct your guests towards their seats. And if you are the guest, please wait for the cue of the host so that they may let you know where you are supposed to sit. Okay. So with ladies, there's this one big problem, our purse. Oh my God, where to keep the purse? So let me tell you, the purse shouldn't lie here, no. On the ground, no. Hanging by your chair, no. Your purse should always go behind you, like that. So whenever you are going out for dinner, be mindful. You're not going to need anything so special so that you carry such a big bag. So please be mindful that your bag is small and can be accommodated behind your bag. And in case you need to carry a big bag because you have a baby or something, then you can use a vacant seat behind you and maybe, ask for it. But please do not keep your bags on the floor, on the table, or somewhere else. Hang them clumsily. That looks very unclean. So that's about the bag. Then starting off with the arrangement, as you can see, I have the main plate here. I have all the silverware arranged. This here is the bread plate. And this is my cutlery lying here. And in case you can't see, this is cutlery lying here. This is cutlery lying here. Okay. So now you might have questions that why so much cutlery, what to place where. Yeah. So for that, I will solve your problem very easily. You just have to make two, signs with your hands and place them forward. This one here on your left hand will form a B. Okay. And B for bread. So the plate for the bread lies on your left, right? And this one here forms a D. So D is for drinks. So your glasses lay on the right side of your hand. Okay, this is how very easily you can distinguish where to keep the bread plate, where to keep the glasses, and you will not be confused. Now coming to the cutlery, as you can see, whenever you go out to dine in a hotel or a restaurant, you can see a lot of cutlery lying. So the best idea is to start from outside and work your way in, okay? Because the host has definitely planned the courses and accordingly kept the silverware. So you should always start from the outside and then work your way in. And please remember, once used cutlery has no place in your plate. Okay, that has to be separated and kept separately. All right. So these here are dessert spoons. You might want to see a dessert spoon is very small, and it like this is particularly a pastry spoon. So you might want to see that dessert spoons are very small in size. So that's very easy to distinguish that because this is a small spoon, it's for the dessert. Moving on to the cutlery here, I will also show you how to eat with chopsticks, because last time this was the query, this was the much wanted thing. So this time I bought the chopsticks also. Okay, so let's start with glasses. You might want to know, why are there so many types of glasses? Yeah, let me solve your problem. So with glasses, the thing is, this here, as you can see, is a tall and slim glass, which is usually used for water. So the water glass is usually tall and slim. Okay. This will lie to your right side. I told you all the glasses will lie to the right side. This here is a Scotch glass. They are usually broad and short. Okay. Their width is a bit more and they are shorter in size. This is your Scotch glass. This glass here with a stem is your champagne or wine glass. Any glass that has stem like this, a stem like this is supposed to be held by the stem only. And you might have seen more glasses with stem that have the bowl a bit, circular and opened up. Those are for cocktails. So that is a cocktail glass. And mind you, please never forget to hold a stem glass by the stem only. And I will tell you why. Because the wine is always served in this kind of glass, because it is believed that the wine's temperature can be altered by your fingertips, by the temperature of your fingertips also. Okay, so you need not hold it by the bowl if you're having a wine. So wine needs to be held only like this. So the next time you're having a wine, please hold your glass like this. And if you're having a cocktail, you might want to switch like this. That's not a problem. Okay, so that's with the glasses. Here they go. Right, about the napkin. Let's come to the napkin. It always lies to your left. And whenever you use your napkin, always open up and lay it on your lap. Nowhere here or here, no. Please open it up and lay it on your lap very comfortably. All right, so this is about the napkin. Next, I think let's move to the food. Before that, there's one very important thing I would like to tell you. Whenever you're seated on the table and eating, please remember to keep your elbows off the table. Your elbows should not be on the table when you're eating. While when you're talking and taking a small break from your food, it is acceptable that you keep your elbows on the table and talk. But while you're eating, please make note, your elbows lie in your laps, away from the table. Okay, so I think that's clear. Moving on to the first course is our soup. I don't know how many of you have soup ready with you, but let's learn it like that in case you don't have. So a soup usually when it's served is extremely piping hot. So my suggestion is please let it cool down, let it, so that you don't burn your lips and the palate of your mouth immediately. Okay, so you need to take the soup. On that note, one more thing I'm reminded of, you are never drinking your soup, you always eat your soups. Okay, so whenever there's soup on your plate, always say, I will eat this soup. I'm eating this soup. Okay, this is how you talk about the soup. Now, how to eat your soup? Scoop it up, and this angle is the 12 o'clock angle. Okay, this is 12 o'clock. In English, when they show directions, they always use 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You must have heard that, or you must have seen that somewhere. That means that they are showing directions like in the clock. Okay, so whenever you scoop your soup, always tap it here on the 12 o'clock and then drink from the inside of the bowl. Not like this, not like any other way, but scoop it, tap it on 12 o'clock and scoop, have a sip like that. Okay, so you're eating your soup always like that, and please avoid hot soups because it can burn your mouth, it can spill on your clothes, it will look really clumsy then. Okay, so this is how you eat your soup. I hope that's clear. That was pretty simple. Just tapping on the 12 o'clock. Please remember 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, any way directions, because I'm going to tell you how to place your cutlery also. So it is important that you know the directions. This is 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Also, this is 10 here and 4 here. So whenever you are indicating directions, it's always in the form of the clock, as you know the numbers on the clock, right? So our soup goes in here. Okay, last time when we had this session, I had an omelette to eat, but some of you thought it's quite easy to eat an omelette with a spoon and a fork and a knife. It's easy. So this time I made it more challenging. I brought you rice, okay? So that nobody is left to complain, I have rice on my plate and I also have a bit of salad. So how to eat with the knife and a spoon? So first of all, how to hold a knife and a spoon. Please remember the knife remains in your dominant hand. The dominant means the one that you use. If you are a lefty, your left hand is your dominant hand. And if you are a righty, right hand is your dominant hand. So you understand that dominant hand will hold the knife and the non-dominant hand will hold the fork. So this is exactly how you're supposed to hold your knife and your fork. Try to make a very swift angle like this, not like this, not like this, it's just a very swift angle like that. And then hold your food like that in place with the fork, then cut it with the knife like that. Okay, and then eat. And when you eat, your angle should be like this, not like this, not like that. When you're eating, it should be like this. Okay. So this is how we eat our food. Now, let's come to the rice. Okay. Now for rice, I changed my cutlery. Although I can use a fork, but we don't need a knife. So I'll take a fork and maybe a spoon, or I'll just show you how to do it with a knife also. But this time the fork lies in your right hand. What you do is, if you can clearly see, I'll just remove these spoons. Scoop it like this and always use the other thing that you have in your hand when you're eating rice to help it into your fork or your spoon, whichever you're using, like this. Please remember, whenever you're eating, do not finish the last scraps of the food by your fingers, okay? You don't have to, collect it with your finger like that. You always use a knife or a spoon, whatever you like, and, scrape it off and then put it like this. As you can see, I'm placing it on my fork and then eat it like this, okay? So this is how you eat with a fork and a knife. All right. So while placing the cutlery, there's one thing I was talking about: time and directions. So whenever you are done with your meal, you can always lay your cutlery parallel like this. Wait, I'll show you on an empty plate. Before that, I need to show you how to use chopsticks. Okay, so here we have chopsticks. Yeah, the much awaited, all the people going crazy over Korean food, Korean noodles. Yeah, we have to eat with chopsticks. Yeah, cool. Okay. See, I'll show you a very simple way. First, take your first chopstick. I don't know if you have the chopsticks with you, but you have to pinch this chopstick right about in the middle of the chopstick here, like this. Okay, like this. Then hold the second chopstick, and then you have this space here, right? And you can squeeze this through here and support it with this finger. Do you see this finger? Yeah. And this one here with the index finger and a thumb, the one you pinched, the first one, pull them to a equal length, okay? Because they can't be lying, inappropriately. So yeah, this has to be equal. So you see, this way. This way it becomes flexible, and now you can hold things like this. See, like this. You see how easy it is? So you will need a bit of practice, but that's really easy. If you want, I can once more tell you how to use the chopstick. Okay. Hold the first chopstick between your thumb and your index finger like this. Pinch it like this. Okay. Somewhere in the middle of the chopstick. Hold it a bit farther, not towards the point, a bit farther towards the middle of the chopstick. Then squeeze the other one right in that gap and support it with this finger of yours. Okay. And this is how you get this flexibility. The first one moves, the second one remains stiff, the latter one, but the first one moves like this. Okay. So you need to use the first one to hold your food. Okay. Like this. Like this. You can practice with bigger food, and then you can go on to, food that's smaller in size, maybe noodles. Noodles are also like really easy to pick up like that. You'll be able to do it. Okay. All right. Now I want to show you how to place the cutlery when you're done. When you're done with your food, your cutlery lies like this. Okay. At 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, like 12 o'clock. Parallel in your plate. Also, some countries accept this angle, which is 10 and 14. But the cutlery has to lie parallelly. Okay. And this one here, when you're keeping it like this, means you're still eating, okay? And you're ready for the next meal. Some countries where you do this, the tongs in the knife, this means you did not like the food. So this is something, although I don't want you to do it, but I'm just telling you for the information that it means this. Okay, so now we're done with our main meal. Let's come to the dessert. I have an apple pie here, and I have my dessert spoons. Okay, so the dessert spoon is here, and I might use a fork if I want. I'll just use the fork to support the food, place it here so that it can hold this pie here, and then cut it like this, and maybe eat like this. You can also eat with the spoon. It's flexible because it's dessert, yeah? So you can eat it like this and help the fork push your food onto the spoon. That's how you do it. That's how you'll eat it. Okay, so this is something we eat like this. Also, there's one more thing I would like to tell you. As much as we would like to follow the whole code of conduct, but you must be comfortable with it. Because in case you're not, you will look clumsy, you might keep dropping your silverware, you might spill food here and there. Always, always be very comfortable, either practice at home or use the best possible way that you know how to eat. Do not shy away from using your hands because it's better than spilling food everywhere and your cutlery tapping on your plate. Okay, so that's a bit of advice from me. Now coming to finger foods. Now, what are finger foods? I'm sure all of you are very much aware of with your dear pizza. I'm sorry, mine just got a bit clattered while on the way. So here is the pizza, and pizza is a finger food. Also, while I'm saying pizza, I'm reminded, please do not call it pizza or pizza. It's not like that. It's pizza. It has a sound of t to it. Pizza. Okay, so this is pizza here, and pizza being a finger food, you can directly, very guilt-free pick it up and eat it like this. Okay, so eat it like this. Also, if it's a bigger piece, if it's a bigger shape, you can also fold it like this, you know, and eat it like this. So not a problem eating a pizza with your hands. All right, so this was about pizza. I want to show you how to eat a burger. Burger can be really typical while eating. Because of the size and the stuffing, it's really important how we eat it. And you know, most of the time when you're trying to eat it, things keep falling off and maybe your mouth gets all soiled with the ketchup and the, you know, sauces in between. So what to do? How to eat a burger? Okay, first of all, in case you want some ketchup on your burger, never put ketchup around the burger here, everywhere. No, because whenever you're going to eat it, it's directly going to soil your mouth and make you look untidy. We don't do that. You just open up your bun like that, put up the ketchup here, place it back, and that's how you put the ketchup. Now, how to eat this? A very easy way and the correct way to eat a burger is flip your burger like this, okay? And 3 fingers up, 3 fingers up, and these two here, the thumb supporting it, and like this. Now you see, when you hold your burger like this, nothing will fall off. You will be able to eat it easily. And this is how we eat our burgers, okay? All right. So this was about finger foods. This was about how to eat rice, how to eat salad, how to eat with chopsticks. We've covered majorly everything. There's one more thing I've noticed when I go to the restaurants. People are very hesitant to ask for coffee because they cannot order their coffee, their favorite coffee. They have no idea what the coffee will be like because the coffee that you have at home is very different than those served in the cafes. So it is very important that we have just about a general knowledge about the favorite coffees. So although I would like to tell you that there are multiple types of coffees because coffee is the most favorite beverage around the world and there are many types of coffees. But I will today tell you the coffees that are most commonly, you know, served in Indian cafes that you would come around and you might like to order. Okay, so here we have types of coffees. For that, the most popular coffee types, I would start with an espresso. If you see an espresso, yeah, this is an espresso. It is not called espresso. This is espresso. Espresso is a shot, a black, black coffee, a shot, a single shot. If you've ever had, you've seen the very small cups that they give you with a single shot of black coffee. That is espresso. Okay. Second one that you see right here is doppio. Now, doppio is a double espresso shot. So it is also called long black in some countries because it's like a really tall black coffee. So it's called long black also. But doppio, usually as it is called, it's a double espresso shot. Okay. Espresso con Parma is not something that we usually have in India, but for your information, if you want, it's espresso served with a bit of cream over it. It is not Indian taste and usually not served in Indian cafes, but in case you need to know, it is espresso topped with a bit of whipped cream. Okay. The next is Americano. Americano is espresso and steaming hot water. So that is Americano for you. Espresso topped with a lot of heating water, boiled water. That's Americano. Then is macchiato. Macchiato actually means tainted, a bit, stained. So you'll have espresso and just to stain it a bit, a dash of a splash of milk it will have, and that's called macchiato. Then you have flat white. The flat white is espresso topped with steamed milk. That's called flat white. Then we have a very common one, which is the latte. Okay, latte is, please do not call it latte or something. It's latte. So latte being formed with espresso, some steamed milk, and topped with a bit of milk foam. Okay, so latte is a combination of espresso, milk, and a bit of foam. That's how the latte is made. And then we come with cappuccino. Cappuccino is the most asked for and favorite coffee. Okay, mine too. I would like that in hazelnut and vanilla flavor. So please note that you also can be served flavors in this one. So whenever you're asking for cappuccino, you can always ask, do you have vanilla or hazelnut? Okay, so it is espresso topped with steamed milk and milk foam. Okay, so that's your cappuccino. It is usually served in a cup, which is a ceramic cup, a broad one. So that's how it is served differently. Okay. Then we have mocha. Mocha is the sweetest kind of coffee that you can have because it has espresso, chocolate, steamed milk. It can also have cocoa powder. It can have any sweetener, sugar, because it's the kind of sweet coffee. So a mocha is a combination of chocolate, espresso, and steamed milk. All right. So, and the last one here is affogato. So affogato is an ice cream served on the top of espresso. So an espresso served with ice cream on top is called an affogato. So these were some common types of coffees. A few more that I would like to add is a filtered coffee, which is water, over roasted ground coffee beans. So that is your filter coffee. That's another very common coffee type that you might want to have. So here were the coffees for you. All right, so one last thing that I would like to tell you is that whenever you're sitting on the table, please make sure you're not leaning in forward. Please be very mindful of your posture. You should be sitting straight with your back straight. Also, whenever you're eating, please mind that your food comes to you. Okay, you don't go to your food like this and lean over the table, but please keep sitting upright and bring your food to your mouth. That's how you do it. And one more thing I'm reminded of, your napkin. Where to keep the soiled napkin? Well, if you are taking a bathroom break or something, you can just fold it very, not neatly. Please do not fold it so neatly that somebody else mistakes it for a fresh napkin. So just fold it a bit in an untidy manner and place it to the left of your plate. Okay, place it to the left of your plate. That's how you use your napkin, how you keep it. Also, when you need to excuse yourself from the table, you need not give them descriptions that I want to go to the toilet, I want to do this, I'm feeling giddy. You don't have to tell that. You can just simply say, excuse me, I want to use the washroom, I want to use the restroom. That's all, that will do. So I think I've done on my part. I pretty much explained everything. And okay, anything else that you would like to ask? I can see a question popping up, a la carte and buffet. Yes, that's a very common question that ladies want to know. Well, a la carte is an order that you place by your own choice from a menu card. Okay, the food that you want to have, particularly ordering from the menu card, is a la carte. And buffet is a serving of, a huge serving of food, which has every variety, irrespective of your choice. And usually when you stay in hotels, in the morning, they offer a free buffet. So that is where you get a variety of food, and may possibly all types of cuisines you can get in a buffet, and you can choose what you want to eat from that. While a la carte is your chosen food that you order from the menu. So that was from my side. Anything else anybody would like to know?
I think, Mehak ma'am, they all want to know the difference between mocktails and cocktails as well. So the ladies were all excited to know the difference. I think many of them know also, but still we can tell to everybody.
Sure. A mocktail will be amalgamation, a mixture of sugary syrups or anything other than alcohol, while cocktails are a mixture of the strong drinks, the alcohol. It can be anything. It can be rum, wine, scotch, anything. Any alcohol put into a drink makes it a cocktail, and a drink absent with the alcohol is called a mocktail. That's how you differentiate between them. And on that note, I'm reminded a lot of people I've heard called Mojito as mojito. Please stop calling that. It is mojito. Okay. The next time you order that fresh lime drink on your menu, please call it mojito. So I hope all of you have enjoyed the session. If there's any query, you can tell ma'am. She might put it on the screen. So I'll just, get you through a list of some cocktails and mocktails. Yeah. So you can see some cocktails, like the cocktail, we can see Manhattan, Green Russians, Death in Afternoon, Alexander, Paradise, French Connection, Dirty Martini. Okay, how to order a cocktail. You might have a preference of alcohol, right? You might not want to have rum. There are some people who don't like having vodka. There are some people who would prefer, martini. Some would prefer gin. So how to do that? Please note every cocktail that you will have mentioned. Below it, the hotel will have its own, description of the drink. It will tell you beneath that what all concoction of the drink is. So in case you are confused about your drink, you can always ask the sommelier, or maybe there is a description at the end of every drink, which will tell you that what is it composed of. So you can choose your spirit, you can choose your alcohol. While in mocktails, it's the same. They will always make note of whether it's made from orange juice, from fresh mint, from lime, whatever. So always, and do not ever hesitate to ask that what is the composition of your drink, because you might not want to have spirits or drinks that you do not like, or maybe you're allergic to. So please do not feel shy or hesitate. You can very well ask the sommelier or the waiter that what is the composition of this drink, or you can ask what you like.
Thank you so much, Mehak ma'am, for the wonderful session. I think she has given the complete information regarding each and everything, starting from the beginning till end. And I'm sure nobody is having any query. But now the last 10 minutes we will be keeping for the QA, where you can ask your questions from Mehak ma'am, and she will answer your questions. She is a trainer who is teaching you fine dining etiquettes and how to follow table manners. So please ask questions related to that only. And thank you so much, everybody, for being part of this wonderful session. A big thanks to Mehak ma'am for arranging things so precisely and explaining it with detail. We loved your session. Thank you so much for making it so delightful and informative for us as well. Looking forward for another scintillating, workshop on this next session again with you. And we will come up with some new topics related to fine dining etiquettes in the next workshop as well. Till that time, you all can ask your questions by raising your hands. I will take your name and you can ask your question from ma'am. Thank you so much on behalf of Skill Ninja Academy. And along with that, I would like to request each and everybody to kindly give us your feedback on the workshop today, that how did you find our workshop? And also do like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we upload our workshop videos. And do let us know through your review on Google also, that how you're finding our classes and how did you find our workshop as well. So now I would want everybody to raise your hands who all have any question, and Mehak ma'am will answer your queries.